Now we have example 2. It says state the degree of the following polynomials. Now we look at this, there's two terms there, so we call it a binomial, but we don't care about that anymore. It's not asking about naming anything or how many terms there are. We're just looking for a degree. Now degree is actually very, very easy. It is the number of exponents for each term, and then you just pick the higher one. So we're going to look at this term. That has, look at the exponents. Well, there's an exponent there of 1. So this term has a degree of 1. And then this term has no exponents. So it's a degree of 0. And we're only looking at exponents on the letters. So keep that in mind. So we would say, well, 1, 0, the highest there would be 1. So we say this polynomial has degree 1. Here, that is only one term. There's no separation between a plus or minus. It has a exponent of 1. So we would say it's degree 1. And there's no other term, so that one wins. Let's just go to F here, just so I don't have to scroll. So there are this term right there. That has, this is its own term, right? And the exponent there is 2. And then we've got this term. Notice that they're separated by a plus or a minus. This term has an exponent. Well, there's an x with an exponent of 1 and a y of an exponent 1. So 1 plus 1 would be 2. So there's 2 and 2. Therefore, they both tie. The highest is 2. So hopefully you're seeing a rhythm here. Notice that for G, there's not 2 terms here. There's not 3 terms because terms are separated by plus or minus. So this is all just one big term. There's no plus and then another term or a minus and another term. It's just one term. So we could take a look at it and we get 5 plus 2 are our exponents, 7. There's nothing else to compare it with. So 7 is the degree of that polynomial. Okay, let's move on here. If you need to pause it, you can. So let's take a look at all of these. Let's start, I'm going to start here with letter E. So there's this term, it has a degree of 3. This term has a degree of 2. This term doesn't actually say, there's a 1 there. So that's just a degree of 1, and this doesn't have any. So the highest would be a 3. And then let's take a look at these ones. So 5x squared, degree of 2. 2x, degree of 1. 8, doesn't have any. So we say the highest would be a 2. C, there's only one term there. Doesn't have any. So we say there's a degree of 0 because there's no exponents there above the letters because there's not even any letters. Let's take a look at H. 2x cubed, y 5. And there's this one. So 3 plus 5 is 8. And this one, there's a 1 there. So 6 plus 1 is 7. So the highest would be 8. So degree 8. And then let's take a look. You can see that I always like kind of putting these little boxes around just as a reminder to myself as to where every term kind of stops and ends. And they're always, again, separated by these plus or minus signs. So 3 and 3 is 6. 3 and 2 is 5. 2 and 3 is 5. So the highest is 6. So we've got, I'll just zoom out here. There we go. And we'll just move on to the next one after, but you can feel free to copy any notes down.